Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you can hear me okay because I got a new audio device. I'm not getting the sound playback that I would like to. I think so. I'll dial that in again. Testing it, and you should be able to hear me. So let's get into it. It is. My vocals. You got no vocals? You got no vocals? Hopefully you got vocals. Hopefully you can hear me. Man almighty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Liberty and Trust. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. In Miss Pantaloons. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, jam. February, it's February 7th. February 7th. Loud and clear. Perfect. Good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. So, I just hooked up this new little audio device here, and with the intent of this was actually to play music in Twitter Spaces, because Twitter Spaces are kind of funky. So I bought this cool little, little caster thing that gives me the abilities to do different things. But for some reason, I'm not getting my music playback like I was through my other interface. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What does matter today is the price of Bitcoin pumping this morning again. So we've been up and down, playing this range between 42.3 and 43.5. And here's a weekly chart. Again, our resistance point was the $43,800. We've been here for about 9-10 weeks, coming on 11 weeks. So the resistance was 43.8. We didn't make it there. We had a rejection on the last weekly candle. And back to this, it wasn't the bottom of the range. We have this full orange range that we've been playing for the last 9-10 weeks, but we only came back down to this fib here, the middle fib of this. So healthy. I'm very surprised. I think a lot of people are surprised how resilient Bitcoin has been through the sales of the cool. Yeah, through this resistance or through resilience through these aggressive outflows of Bitcoin. Yeah, this thing's sweet. Having too much fun with this thing. And the music quality that comes back through this is cool too. So I could actually probably do a different form of music rather than that playlist I got going. But let's get into it here. Let's go back down to the daily at least and see what's going on in the daily. So you can see the daily is literally just trading sideways. This is traders just taking advantage of this range, waiting for market makers to come back in and decide which way they want to push this dang thing. Look at all these wicks. So this to me just says it's traders eating up DCAers and new people coming into the market. That's fine. It's fine. Let them have it. But we're still in a long from 40K. So we are feeling good. And this morning we're coming into, hopefully make a hammer out of this, but a good chance it dumps right back down to 42 something again and just playing this range. It's Wednesday now. Is it Wednesday? Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to say. Like I said, it's great to see as they transfer all this money out of the GBTC fund that they just dump it right back in. BlackRock is now one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. And over 4%. I'm pretty sure over 4% has already been accumulated since January 11th when the ETFs were launched. So it's like, man, these guys are buying this shit every day. What more do you need? I mean, this show is basically a daily reminder to DCA into Bitcoin. This is basically it. DCA into Bitcoin. Do it as often as possible. That is basically the message here. Manta. And MXC coin doing very well. What did you were talking about Monero yesterday? Let's talk about Monero, man. There was someone else talking about Monero last night saying they were trading it. It's like, well, it dumped 50% before it gave any good trade. So if you were in there before, you were scooping it back up. Like, I don't know. That didn't feel very good. Overall market cap still the same as it's been since the beginning of January, fluctuating a few $1 billion. And now Ethereum performing better this week. So Bitcoin last week performed with 7 to 10%, and then Ethereum didn't do as well, but Ethereum more in the green today. today, I guess this is just in the last 24 hours, 3% pump for Ethereum, so a little money trickling in there today. I mean, but the big deal is still this. The S&P came. No, fuck, it's getting closer to $5,000 here. Jesus, $49.95. It's not coming down. I can't even believe this thing. This is wild. Look, there ain't nothing up here. This is the monthly chart. Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. There ain't nothing up here. This is crazy. This is actually crazy for the S&P 500, man. Let's see where that last high was. There it is. There it is, way down there. Look at that cup and handle, and everyone like this is wild, man. Gold's doing this shit too. This is wild. This recovery and this amount of money coming in here, something is shaking up. Something scary is shaking up. And the one thing that's actually scary, it did touch 5K, yeah. So the one thing that's scary in this for me, okay, the S&P money pumped up like this is probably not people that are going to dump this anytime soon. I wouldn't think that would dump to the abyss. But with the economic uncertainty, commercial real estate hasn't really changed. Nothing's really changed, and everyone's all of a sudden attracted to Bitcoin. Now we got the ETF. So the race for this stuff is on. People they're collecting this stuff every day. My issue with that is that if there is some sort of black swan event, major black swan event that happens again, Bitcoin being the most liquid asset, if people need money, that's what they're going to dump first. Okay, this is why we DCA, so we don't have to worry about that kind of volatility and the stress that it's going to put on our guts. If it's the most liquid asset and it's the easiest thing to liquidate, if people need money, they're going to dump their Bitcoin first. Okay, you can't liquidate $1 billion worth of real estate overnight. You can't liquidate $1 million worth of real estate overnight. You can't liquidate your stocks overnight. Right? So, Bitcoin, it's got a lot of conveniences and things that the rest of finance doesn't offer, but that also leaves it susceptible to more fluctuation and volatility, as we've seen over the last 10 years. But it's also the reason everyone's making money. So scared money don't make no money. You got to be in there. This is why we DCA. This is why we DCA and look away. This is why we DCA and look away. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. I'm gonna get more into the Web3 music scene. Got lined up with an NFT project actually already, and that's going to be pretty fun. The festies trying to connect Web3 musicians and artists across the globe, really. But the first mission is going to be a bus trip across America, which is pretty sweet. Connecting Web3 musicians and helping artists get their music heard, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Gonna be cool. 49.9. Yeah, this is crazy, man. That's 49.90 for the S&P 500. This thing just doesn't show any signs of stopping, and when it does, hopefully we'll get some of that money coming back into Bitcoin, because that's kind of how these things have worked. One goes, then the other one goes. Monthly chart. I mean, the monthly chart looks good. The monthly chart looks good for another test on 50K. Right? That's a 10-year resistance line. That perforated line that we put in there a while ago, that's a 10-year resistance line. Or it's just a 10-year line. I can't call it a resistance. It's whatever the hell you want to call it. It's been flirting with that line for 10 years. 10 years. Go all the way back. All the way back. All the way back to the very first high. To the very first drop point. To the very first resistances and breakout into the following bull run. In my opinion, that is a very significant little flirty line that we've had, as well as all these other conjunctions. Right? Oops. So, not scared. Not scared. Still in there. Still hanging in there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Breakout of all these apexes. Retest. And now, hopefully, coming back up. When you look at it on the monthly, it's just a little spot of resistance that we've had. Even though it's 9 or 10 or whatever weeks it's been, it's not much. It's not bad. It's not bad. I wish I could hear my music back. It like trips me out that I can't hear my music back with this thing. I should be able to, because that's the whole point of this thing. Anyway, maybe we'll figure that out later. But yeah, I don't know, not much to say today. I think I'm gonna make a couple shorts. I might go and just do little market updates. What do you think? Instead of I like the lives. When we get a handful of people in here, it's pretty decent. But I don't know, we are a small channel trying to grow. What do you think? So Biggs minute market scopes? Should I do shorts? Little minute market scopes? Do little pre-recorded things? I don't know. I'm all over the map. I like to do it all. I like to do a little bit of everything. So I'm into all kinds of things right now. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm less distracted with the music going. It keeps me in there. Whoa. Let's look at this. Looking like money is coming back into the markets. Yeah, well, it's definitely flowing to the S&P. But, I mean, Bitcoin looks good right now, too. So Bitcoin's taking some of these highs. This is a 4-hour chart. So it's taking some of these highs that we've had. There was a nice double bottom here. You can see the demand in there on the fib. There was probably a bull dip. I mean, we can look at the RSI, but I don't, I know there's bull dips in there just by looking at the candles, to be honest with you. Yeah, so, maybe we take this high today. Again, like I said, we've just been trying to get over this freaking level here of 43.8. And we've gone over it a couple times. Sure, we went to 49K, whatever. But this resistance, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks here, is $43,800. And, more specifically, just 43.5 at the moment. So I think if we can get that above here this week, we're looking pretty healthy again. But another rejection under 43.8, I don't know. Been floating here for a long time, so we're waiting for those market makers. It's so funny. I chime into Gary Cardone's space a lot because there's a lot of intelligent people come in there with a lot of intelligent takes, but it's wild that like nobody knows exactly what they're talking about. You might know a lot of words and know a lot of words in finance, but no one knows what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to Bitcoin. No one does. No one does because we've never seen the likes of anything like this, right? So, I don't know. They can talk all they want, but. I'm not going to get into it. Things looking green. Things do look green. They do look fairly green. And look at the amount of time that we've spent between these two fibs in this move over the last 10 weeks. It's crazy. But this look right here actually looks good to me. This would be a nice little, if we can get what's the RSI doing? Let's get in here, actually. It's starting to look pretty healthy. Yeah, juicy. RSI is looking juicy there. Looking to break 60. So break 60, test 70. So that looks like, maybe another test of 43.8 today. Unless this is topped out. This could be another rejection and back down to the bottom of the range. Like we've been doing for fucking ever here. Waiting for this sucker to break. Yeah, I mean, extending the pause in rates, I guess, is why it slowed down here. Maybe. Who knows? Again, I'm just all wild speculation. But, a couple hours left in this 4-hour candle to find out if we get these highs or not, or face another rejection here, I guess. But again, the charts are boring, man. The charts are boring. But it's good to see Bitcoin so resilient above $40,000, seeing as we just went through max FUD season and the most aggressive outflows Bitcoin has ever seen. We're still doing well. So hang in there, and I will catch you in the next one. Biggs out.